All right, and happy Monday, and welcome back to our third online math intervention lesson. Today, we are going to be working on taking apart a word problem in order to solve it. In your packet, you need to be on page 13. Please pause the video now and either get your packet or go online and get what you need to follow along. All right, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so by now you should be ready. You should have your packet out in front of you, or you should have taken a look at it so you know what we're doing. We're going to do the example problem first, and let's just jump right in. So, a cart has 14 books. There are 6 on the bottom shelf, and the rest are on the top shelf. How many books are on the top shelf? Well, we could do what we learned in our last lesson. We could draw a picture. We could do a number bond. We could even do a number line. But today we're going to use a tape diagram to really help us understand what the question is asking. So let's just dive right in. So I know that there are a total of 14 books. That's going to go on the top. All the books that I have, 14. Then I know that some of the books are on the top shelf, and some of the books are on the bottom shelf. Now, what I actually know based off of the word problem, if I draw it again, is that there's some number on the top, and there's 6 on the bottom. So, as we've been doing, we can count. We have 14, or we have 6. We need to get to 14. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That gives me 8 total. So I know that in this section, we have 8. But what we want to do is we want to move away from counting. We want to try and be a little more sophisticated in how we do math. So can we understand what this Venn diagram means? What is it actually telling us in math terms? Well, let me redraw it and let's go over it. All right, so we have our redrawn, neater tape diagram here. We have 14 on the top. We have our 8 books, which are on the top shelf. So I'm going to put a little T here for top shelf. And our 6 books that are on the bottom shelf. I'll put a little B here for bottom. You don't have to do that. It's just so that I remember for myself. Now, what is this tape diagram actually telling us? Well, kind of like the number bond, it's telling us a few things. It's telling us that if we have 14 and we subtract 8, then we'll get 6. It's also telling us that if we have 14 and we subtract 6, we'll have 8. So you can see the tape diagram is a slightly different way to look at it, but it works very much like our number bond. In fact, if I got rid of the boxes and wasn't looking at it in our part and whole way, you could almost make a number bond out of it. But we're working with tape diagrams, so let's continue. So it tells us that 14 minus 8 is 6, and it tells us that 14 minus 6 is 8. Those are the subtraction problems. But in our packet, it asks us for addition problems. Number 1 says, complete the tape diagram for the example problem, then complete the number sentence. Well, they've already given you the tape diagram, and we have just completed our tape diagram. So now we can find the addition sentence. So we have our subtraction, 14 minus 8 and 14 minus 6. Now we need to do our addition problems. Well, like a number bond, we have the total up top, and we have the smaller parts on the bottom. So in order to get the total, we have to add the smaller parts. So we have 8 plus 6. And what does that equal? Equals 14. We also have 6 plus 8. And that equals 14. So I hope that you can see number bonds, tape diagrams, number lines, they're all great ways. My little puppy's here. She wants to do some math. Say hi, lady. Hi. All right, but for us, let's move on. Number 2 asks us to look at the number sentence that we wrote for problem 1, our 8 plus 6 equals 14, or our 6 plus 8 equals 14, and explain what my number sentence says about the books on the shelf. Now, one of the things that can be tricky about word problems is just trying to figure out what they're asking. So they ask us to break down what our number sentence said. And our number sentence was 8 plus 6 equals 14. So all they're asking us is, what does this mean? Well, it means that our 6 books plus our 8 books is equal to 14 books. We're not really doing anything different. We're just taking our math and putting it into word form. So our math says 8 plus 6 is 14. And so our word form says 6 books, because we're talking about books, plus 8 books is equal to 14 books. It's really important when looking at word problems or when a question asks you to explain yourself to not overthink it. To just look at the math and then tell us what you're doing, because you know how to do it. All right, let's move on to the next page. You should now be on page 14. See, technology doesn't always work. Sometimes I have to fix it myself. So now you should be on page 14. We're going to do problems 3, we're going to do problems 4, and we're going to do problems 5. So please flip to that page right now. Okay, let's begin with problem number 3. Rick picked 16 apples. He keeps 9 apples. He gives the rest to his friends. How many apples does Rick give to his friends? Well, this question is going to ask us to really figure out, what do we know And what do we not know? So let's look. Circle yes or no to show if the information is given in the problem. The number of apples Rick picked. Well, at the very top here it says Rick picked 16 apples. So, yes. I know how many apples Rick picked. So I would circle yes. The next problem asks the number of apples Rick gives his friends. Well, let's see. It says he gives the rest to friends. It doesn't give me a number. So I don't know what that number is yet. I can find it out, but they have not given it to me in the problem. So I circle no. That's going to be what I'm trying to find out. C, the number of apples Rick ate. Now this is a little tricky here. Don't let them get you. We know that Rick picked 18 apples. He keeps 9 apples, and he gives the rest to his friends. But nowhere here does it say that he ate any apples. We don't know what he did with those apples. Maybe he ate them. Maybe he turned them into apple pie. Who knows? So we actually don't know how many apples Rick ate. So we'd circle no. And then the last question is the number of apples Rick keeps. Well, it says right here, he keeps 9 apples. So we'd circle yes. Let's go over that real quickly because it was a lot. Basically, what we know here is how many apples Rick picked. He picked 16 apples. He keeps 9. And that's all we know. That's the only information that we know. What we're going to try and figure out is how many apples did he give to his friends. So let's draw a tape diagram. At the top of the tape diagram goes the total number. And so the total number is 16. That's all the apples that he picked. So we put our 16 on top. Then in our diagram, we know that he keeps 9 apples. So one of them is going to be 9. Now, if you need to count at this point, you can. But I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I think we're ready to straight into our number sentence. So for our number sentence, we know that we have 16. We're giving away 9 apples. And what do we have left? Well, you can count, but 16 minus 9 is 7. So we know that in our tape diagram, 7 goes here. Question though, could you have done this problem with addition? Yeah, you could. You could have added 7 and 9. So another number sentence you could have written was 7 plus 9 is equal to 16. Any of those would have worked. So on your packet, we would know that Rick gave 7 apples to his friends. And when it says, tell me how you found your answer, you can tell that you started with 16 apples, you subtracted 9 apples, and you ended with 7 apples. That's actually all the time we have for today. Go to your quiz and then I will be back shortly to go over it with you. Have a good day.